What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Stocko Tracker. We're going to talk about Ortex. We're going to talk about cost to borrow. We're going to talk about utilization. Boy, we're going to cover a lot, and I'm going to try to do it in just as quick as I can for y'all so you can get on with your Sunday. This is important information that you need to know starting now, leading into tomorrow, just in case we have the run-up. All right. Now, Stocko Tracker. I did a video 3 months ago. Go to my library, check it out. Who owns Stocko Tracker? And I was talking to the YouTubers who use Stocko Tracker and the data from Stocko Tracker, and I asked them, who owns Stocko Tracker? I don't know. Well, how do you know? If you don't know, how do you know Kenny don't own Stocko Tracker? Fair question, right? I mean, if you're going to quote a source, should you not know the source origin? Well, Stocko Tracker's been in our community now since the beginning, and I've always held it sus. All right, I never really go to it for any information, just whenever it's brought up, and I'll shoot over there to check it. But the only good thing Stocko Tracker is good for is this section right here called the trading volume and how it moves throughout every 30 minutes. All right, but you can find out the stock's price, what the SSR is. That's the short when they turn it off to where they can't short. Okay, and that's what it is in the other countries' denomination. And the options, if it goes to 8, how many options will come into money, shorts available, and the short interest. Okay, trading volume, borrowed shares. Let's stop right there and talk about this for a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. We may want to start up here. Yeah, let's start up here. Now, this section is where a lot of people like to talk about, okay? The shares that are available to borrow, all right? Now, it's liable to fluctuate right here. It was at 6,000, and then somebody returned 4,000 shares, and then somebody borrowed 1,000 shares, and then somebody borrowed 9,000 shares. Now, when they did these transactions, it was at 44.5% interest to borrow those shares. Okay, so when they borrowed or when they returned 4,000 shares, they was able to get this 44.5% off their ass. You understand? That they had 4,000 shares they were paying 44.5% for. They no longer had to pay that. They sent that back. Now there's 10,000. And the interest on that is 44.5%. I know y'all know this, but just bear with me, okay? And you're going to understand at the end of the video. Is that it now it's at 44.5% to borrow. And there's 10,000 shares. And 1,000 shares is missing now. So that means somebody borrowed 1,000 shares at 44.5%. Then there was 9,000%. The next time we see it's 0%. Somebody borrowed 9,000 shares at 44.5%. See how that works? Now here's the thing. Go over to Ortex. Ortex tells you the utilization is 100%. It's been 100% for 3 or 4 months now. What does utilization mean? Utilization means there's no shares to borrow. Well, wait a minute. If there's no shares to borrow, well, then how is Stocko Tracker telling you there's 10,000, 9,000, 6,000, 1,000,000, 7 million shares to borrow? Some get sent back, some more get loaned out, more get sent back, some more. See? Somebody is lying. Stocko Tracker, who is saying there's shares available to be borrowed and gives a fee that they're borrowing it under. Or Ortex, who says there's no shares to borrow. Somebody has to be wrong. Now, I've noticed a lot that a lot of shit has went out towards Ortex, and I give Ortex shit too. I don't believe that 85% self-reported type shit. Come on, man. We'll talk about that in a little while, maybe in the next video. But in this video, we're focusing on Stocko Tracker. Nobody questions Stocko Tracker's information and data. It's as if it's gospel. It's as if God has came down from heaven and started this website for the apes. No, I don't know who runs Stocko Tracker. I got it going on over here in my Discord. And Sammy D finds this. Stocko Tracker is an internet device created by an unknown developer who says he sincerely likes stocks. He has attracted plenty of interest from the so-called meme stock buyers on Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube, which includes people who define the tracker as a laugh website created for apes through apes. It's an unknown developer created this site. Yet every day people come over here and their emotions, and that's the key to it all. Your emotions get tied to this kind of site. And it says that you're excited when there's no shares to borrow, but then when 7 million shares show back up, what do? You get mad and you go, now how is that possible? See how your emotions get into it. This is what this site is for. It's to pull your emotions. Now here's the fact, people. There are no shares to borrow. Stocko Tracker should be listing 0 for the last 4 months or 5 months, just like Ortex. So why do we check this site? Why do we use a site? You might as well call Citadel and ask them, how many shares are there to borrow? And Citadel go, we got 3 million shares to borrow. How do you got 3 million shares to borrow? We just do. And then an hour later, there's no shares to borrow. And then 2 hours later, there's another million shares to borrow. So, people, the reason I'm bringing this up right now, and I'm going to kill because I see I'm at 7 minutes. Going into this squeeze, this is the most detrimental time for me and you. This is a time when you have got to put a gate up in your mind to stop the FUD, because they are going to be coming hard to be convincing you that the squeeze is over. And one way that I could think that they would try to do that is if the shares to borrow was to start going up to 1 million, 3 million, 7 million, 25 million, 100 million. How do you have that many shares to borrow? Because they're being returned. But that might not necessarily be the case, because you can't trust the source that creates the data for this site. So you cannot use this site to gauge when the squeeze will be over, which is the point. Now, with that said, you got to go back next door. Dad wants fudge. It's getting cold. So a friend of mine's come over. We're going to go cook some fudge for him. Love y'all. Be blessed. See you in the next video. Gonna be about Vortex.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing.